Hey guys, destined, Bellfire, unquenchable bloodlust here. We are back. I am back at it again with another urban legend from Japan once again, just like from Kokuri-san and Hachisaku-sama from years months ago. And yeah, I am back with an yeah. We're back at it. I we're back at it again with another urban legend called, which is introducing future husband. Just gonna catch some breath and to clear my throat. Basically, the title is a spooky a spooky urban legend from Japan about a fortune telling game that allows you to see the face of the person you are destined to marry. Oh, look, it has the word destined in the description of the story. And and looking at the picture shows a cake with with a married couple and the thing the couple are made of the ice cream. I don't know, maybe, but yeah, it shows, as you can see, the wife is smiling while holding her husband's decapitated head, and the I think that the the blood on the husband's headless body is and on the cake coming from his decapitated head blood. I think that looks like it's like jam or something. I don't know what it is trying to encapsulate the blood. But enough chit chat. Let's just get on with the story. So I'll try to keep on with these scary stories, riddles, and then yeah, these urban legend stories and these dark, scary text stories for you guys, and to please for me to watch my videos for me, because I would really appreciate it. Please, please, please. Because if you, yeah, please do it for me. But let's get over it with it. Let's just get this over. So this, so this is it. So this here is future husband. Enjoy. The curtains rises on the theater of the abyss. For years, a mystery fortune telling game has been very popular with teenager. I mean, let me start it again. Oh, I was thinking that for every time when I read this to an urban legend, I should start telling the story like this. So this is the legend of future husband. Enjoy. The curtains rises on the theater of the abyss. For years, a mysterious fortune-telling game has been very popular with teenage girls in Japan. They call it future husband or futuit spouse. According to the legend, if you played the game, you will find out who you will marry. They say that the game must be played with all lights off beside the window in the moonlight. If you place a razor blade in your mouth at midnight and look into the basin filled with water, you will see the face of your future husband or wife reflected in the water. Warning, do not play this game. It is dangerous. You could cut your mouth and end up looking like the slit mouth woman. Oh yeah, the slit mouth woman. I've heard about that legend before. Let me know if you guys had heard the story, heard the legend of the slit mouth woman, the Kuchisake Onna. One night, one high school girl heard about the fortune telling game and decided to try it out immediately. The girl never had a the girl had never had a boyfriend and was worried that she would never fall in love. Her worst nightmare was that she would never get married. Her lovesick curiosity made her desperate to find out what her future husband would look like. She took one of her father's razor blades from her parents' bathroom cabinet. Then she took a basin from the kitchen cupboard and filled it with water. Finally, she turned off the lights, opened the curtains, and waited until the clock struck midnight. Carefully placing the razor blade in her mouth, she cautiously peered into the basin. In the water, she saw the man's face staring back at her. The razor, the girl was so surprised that she let out an involuntary scream. All at the same time, the razor dropped out of her mouth and fell into the basin. The water became strained with a red color like blood. The the coil the girl recoiled in fright and started trembling. A few moments later, when she looked into the basin again, the water was crystal clear, and the razor, was just sitting at the bottom. The girl was confused. Was it just an illusion? Had her eyes been playing tricks on her? Had she really seen a face, or had it just been the moon's reflection in the mirror? The girl decided to forget about it and went to bed. the the years passed quickly, and the girl grew into an adult. She left school, attended university, and eventually found a job. She also began dating a nice man. It was her first boyfriend, and he was gentle and receptive to her wishes. He had a friendly personality, was always witty and funny, and the fact that he made a lot of money certainly didn't hurt. However, there was one thing about him that was very strange. He always kept his face hidden behind a large white surgical mask. In Japan, it is not usually to see some people wearing masks like this to prevent catching colds. Indeed, when they first met, the man explained that he had a cold and didn't want her to catch it. At the time, she accepted the explanation, but as the months passed, he continued to wear the mask and never took it off. Every time they met or went on a date, the man would be wearing the mask. If she ever asked him to remove it, he would angrily refuse. Despite the strange situation with the mask, the girl came to love this man more and more. Finally, the day came when he asked her to marry him. The girl began to think, how can you marry someone when you have never seen their face? There aren't supposed to be any secrets between husbands and wives. What could he be hiding from her? She was confident that her feelings for him would not change, no matter what he looked like under the mask. One night, the girl took him aside and told him that he would only marry him if he trusted her enough to show her his face. She asked him to remove the mask. At the time, the man refused, but when the girl insisted, he eventually gave in. He turned his back to her and slowly unhooked the mask from around his ears. Then he suddenly spun around to face her, and the girl gasped in horror. His face was horribly disfigured by a large scar that ran from his eyes down his cheek and across his mouth to his chin. The wound was so deep that it looked as if it had been gouged with a sharp knife. It was painful to look at. What's wrong with your face? She asked timidly. What happened to you? The man's eyes narrowed in anger. His face bore a hateful expression. You should know, she growled. You dropped the razor blade. Alright, guys. So that was the legend of future husband. So looks like it was because of the game. It was the fortune telling game that girl played with years ago, and the man was angry at her for telling to remove his mask, and it was only because that she dropped the razor blade in her mouth, which that explains the man's disfigured face with a huge scar on his face. Man, I wonder if people had ever heard of this urban legend before, or if it's not really a legend at all. I don't know, but overall, yeah, so that was the legend of future husband. If you guys enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you later. And I will see you guys with another scary story, riddle, urban legend, etc., etc., and even with a dark, scary text story. But all, but but with all that to the side, I'm just gonna end the video here. See you guys. The curtain falls on the theater of the abyss.